My arrogant business partner told me the door was open, so I legally dismantled his entire firm. I'm Marcus, and I didn't walk through that door. I closed it behind him permanently. I just stepped off a 14-hour client trip when I walked into the office and stopped cold. My corner workspace, my drafting table, my organized project wall, had been converted into a lounge area. Bean bags, a mini fridge, a gaming setup running on the company account. Derek looked up from the couch. Oh good, you're back. Invoices need signing and the Hendricks account called twice. That morning I'd covered payroll, renewed our software licenses, and settled a vendor dispute from my hotel room at 6 a.m. I signed the invoices without a word and made coffee for everyone. That was the pattern. Derek handled vision. I handled reality. He took the meetings that looked good on Instagram. I took the ones that kept the lights on. When a major client threatened to walk, I spent 3 weeks rebuilding the relationship alone while Derek attended a wellness retreat he expensed to operations. When I got shingles from the stress and asked to skip one Friday strategy session, he forwarded me a quote about commitment. Then I made one request. Could we restructure the equity split to reflect actual contribution? I had documentation. 18 months of billing records, client correspondence, vendor contracts. All of it time-stamped. Derek leaned back and looked at me like I'd suggested something slightly embarrassing. If you're unhappy running this company, he said smoothly, the door is open. His assistant glanced up. Our junior designer suddenly needed the bathroom. Something in my chest went very still. Not hot. Cold. The specific cold of a decision that has already been made. I nodded once, said I needed some air, drove to a parking garage 2 blocks away and sat in the dark for 40 minutes. Then I opened my phone and started making calls. Here's what Derek didn't know. 4 months earlier, after the wellness retreat charge, I'd quietly consulted a business attorney. I'd been documenting everything since. And because of how our original agreement was written, operational control of the firm's primary contract sat with whichever partner held the client service agreements. Every single one was in my name. By the following Tuesday, I had countersigned a partner dissolution filing, notified our 3 anchor clients directly with a continuity assurance letter on new letterhead, forwarded our vendor relationships to my new sole operator entity, and arranged for my personal equipment to be removed from the shared office over the weekend. Monday morning I sent one message to the company group thread. Moving forward, all project inquiries should be directed to my new firm. Contact details attached. It has been a valuable chapter. No punctuation drama. No explanation. Just facts. Derek called 11 times before noon. I let the 12th one through. You can't dissolve without a 60-day notice, he said, and his voice had a new texture in it I hadn't heard before. Tight. Slightly airless. Read section 4 of the original agreement, I said evenly. Operational separation is immediate when initiated by the contracting partner. That's me. Silence. The Hendricks account, he started. Transferred. They signed with my new firm this morning. They asked me to thank you for your contributions. I heard him exhale like something had punctured. This is because I didn't change the equity split, he said, and he almost made it sound like I was being unreasonable. This is because you told me the door was open, I said. I appreciated the honesty. I ended the call. The next week was noise, emails about loyalty, a voice message from his brother about burning bridges, a long text about everything Derek had sacrificed that somehow never included a single specific example. I didn't reply to any of it. I was busy. 3 new clients had come through referrals from the Hendricks team alone. Then the real ending arrived. Derek listed his half of the original firm's assets for sale to cover his share of the lease he could no longer carry alone. The buyer was a commercial real estate group that converted the space into short-term offices. My attorney forwarded me the sale notice as a courtesy. I was sitting at my new desk when I read it. Actual morning light. No noise. Just the sound of my own operation running exactly the way I'd always run it, except now the name on the door matched the person doing the work. I hired a junior partner 6 months later. First thing I told her during onboarding was simple. Document everything. Not out of suspicion. Just so the record always matches the reality. She asked why that mattered so much to me. I said because the day those two things stop matching, someone in the room is getting away with something, and I'd already paid for that lesson once.